Guys, what's going on? It is Monster Shark Gaming here, and welcome back to the channel. Now, just the other day, actually, it was yesterday, I posted a video talking about, you know, the new cover of WWE 2K18 with Seth Rollins on the cover. Touched up on the trailer a little bit, and kind of gave my thoughts on just like a couple like general things I was thinking about for 2K18 and some of the frustrations I've been having with 2K and stuff like that. I didn't go too in depth with a lot of things, and I did I straight up said I did want to end up making a video about Road to WrestleMania ideas, like storyline ideas. And I did jot down 7 ideas, and I believe 7 is a good number. I believe that's the number that they used for how many Road to WrestleManias there were in the past games. Maybe it's just the one I'm thinking of. I'm not sure, but I think 7's a good amount for the amount of Road to WrestleMania as possible, especially with, you know, all the branching. You know, you can play a couple different ways with each Road to WrestleMania. Characters, depending on which one you choose. But, you know, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. The first one I'll talk about, obviously, you would have to have one for Seth Rollins, since he's the cover star. Now, I would like for it to be a what-if saga. Instead of just a completely new storyline, I would kind of like it to be a what-if saga. As in, what if instead it was Roman Reigns that sold out? How much differently would this go? Or what if the Shield never broke up? Something like that. Like, what if either Dean or Roman broke it all up instead, and you kind of went through Seth's career based on that? And honestly, I think it would have gone a lot differently. I don't think they would have given as much to Ambrose if he was to join the Authority. I think they still would have given more to Rollins. I think it would just be kind of just like Seth Rollins taking down the Authority completely then, alongside like John Cena or something like that. I think that would be pretty damn cool, in all honesty. Or, again, like if you wanted to go the original story route, most definitely. I'm totally down for that. I'm always down for completely new and original stories. Like, for example, you could be like, you know, Seth Rollins, you know, it's Road to WrestleMania, so it'd be like in January, leading up to the Rumble. You're supposed to win the Rumble as Seth Rollins this time. You know, Seth Rollins' first time ever winning the Royal Rumble. You go ahead and you lead up to that, but you know, you go into the Royal Rumble and you end up getting, you know, eliminated by like a cheap tactic, and I don't know, like I kind of just thought of this like right before, and I'm kind of bullshitting some of it at the moment, in all honesty. But I'm thinking, like, you know, Seth Rollins gets screwed out of the Royal Rumble by the Undertaker or something, so then you get to see finally, you know, Seth Rollins versus the Undertaker at WrestleMania. And you know, it's a video game, it's not real life, so it would actually be pretty fucking cool. If you were to see Seth Rollins and Undertaker in real life right now, dear God, that would be a very sad match. Just like Roman and Taker at WrestleMania, it was a sad, not good match. Obviously, Seth Rollins has proven he can carry a match, but Undertaker just simply can't do it anymore, as we've seen the past few years. But I think that'd be really cool, you know, if you want to go through the what-if story route with the Shield, or if you want to do the completely new idea, whereas, you know, Undertaker kind of plays the heel against Seth Rollins. And, you know, you have to make your decisions whether you want to kind of go into the dead man and really lay it into him, like be very, very confident about it, be very aggressive, or, you know, just kind of go the respectful route. Don't attack the dead man when you get the chance and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, like in between that, you'd have like some other sort of like rivalry with somebody. Like there's always somebody that doesn't like you in general in that, and then you end up running into them too many times. So you know, I haven't been able to put in a whole bunch of thought. This is kind of me spitballing ideas to you guys, you know. Let's do some give and take. I'm giving you guys a start. You guys kind of help me out and deliver that. That's kind of cool. I think that would be kind of cool. You know, get this as an interactive type of thing. Let's start making storylines together here in the comments section on this video for Road to WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of give you guys like the basis of what I want. Maybe you guys can elaborate on that, or if you guys would like me to really think about ideas on my own and try to get that going. I mean, hey, definitely, maybe I can actually like write out story ideas and stuff. I've never tried that before, but hey, we can see. Up next, create a wrestler. I think it'd be really cool. You know, obviously we would have to have a creator wrestler one for Road to WrestleMania. That's a given if they add Road to WrestleMania this year. I think it'd be really cool if you go a route that, you know, you've just never gone through before, and you start off in NXT for Road to WrestleMania. And I've always had this vision of like, what if we have a storyline where we're just kind of new? Nobody really knows us yet. We've never really wrestled in the indies. We kind of just like got brought into the Performance Center. They liked what they saw and they put us on NXT. And say that, you know, we start off NXT. We kind of have a couple matches here and there. And, you know, we're really impressing people. We're winning matches, and we end up qualifying for a tournament. That ends up going on throughout a few weeks. And like the first entire month you're in NXT, I'd say. And during that first month, you end up going into that tournament that ends at the takeover, at the following takeover. And I'd say like that'd be pretty cool if, you know, you win your first 2 weeks. I put a little more thought into this one. You win your like first 2 weeks in matches, and they kind of say like, hey, you know what, we're gonna put you in this tournament, and then the next 2 weeks those are rounds of like a 16-man tournament. The winner gets called up to the main roster for, you know, to fight, I don't know, nothing specific there, just gets called up to the main roster. And then you do those next 2 weeks leading up to TakeOver, and you're in the semifinals now. So then you compete in the semifinals and the finals match both on at the NXT TakeOver show. I think that'd be really cool. And then after that's over, you know, Royal Rumble's over. You're finding out who's going to WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt wins the Royal Rumble this year or something, you know. And then you're on your way to Fastlane, or if you're going to SmackDown, because the brand split's a thing. That would also be really cool. It's like, what show are you going to go on to? And that would be cool if you could also choose. Like, it all depends. If you go to Raw, you'll have a different storyline as opposed to you going to SmackDown. You know, that could be really awesome. Like, what if you go to Raw and you get put in the tag team division? Whoa, right? I mean, that'd be really cool. What if you go to SmackDown and you get put into the singles division then that time? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that would be really cool to start off in NXT and get called to the main roster like that and win that tournament and earn a lot of respect. And you know, I just think that'd be really cool. It's a 3-month thing. Spend 1 month at NXT real quick. Do the next 2 months on the main roster, do a rivalry, and then of course at WrestleMania has some sort of big match. You know, maybe in the CAW one, face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the world title or something. Or just maybe Seth Rollins takes it really far with you and you guys have a crazy match at WrestleMania. It doesn't have to always be for a title at WrestleMania. It doesn't always have to be for it to mean something. So, yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. But you can't forget about the women. You got to have a women's one in there. And I think the best person to do that with would be Charlotte. She's overall like just one of the most well-rounded women on the roster. And I think you could do a lot of things with her. Like, SmackDown versus Raw type of thing. Maybe she could be the champion, and then Alexa Bliss could be the other champion. You go into WrestleMania, and you unify the women's titles at WrestleMania. I didn't give too much thought on that one. It's just the fact that I think it'd be really cool to have a storyline where you put the two best women in WWE right now, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and you have Charlotte as SmackDown Women's Champion then, and Alexa Bliss as Raw Women's Champion, and they face each other at WrestleMania in the champion versus champion match to find out who the ultimate woman of the WWE is. And I think that'd be really, really cool. So after that, I have to talk about Sami Zayn. I think should get his own road to WrestleMania. There's a reason I didn't want to put Kevin Owens on here as much as I love Kevin Owens. I think, honestly, Kevin Owens should be used a lot in the Sami Zayn one. I think it should end WrestleMania match, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. That rivalry is never going to end in WWE. I really hope it doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's going to, and it's awesome. I love always seeing them face off with each other, whether it's a one-on-one match or a triple threat match. They always put each other in the craziest spots, and they always have a phenomenal match when they face off. So I really, really hope that ends up, never ends between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So I'm just kind of thinking that Kevin Owens is U.S. champ or something, U.S. champ, and then Sami Zayn ends up facing him at Rumble or the Rumble or something like that. You're supposed to face Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, and you're like about to beat him or something, and then Kevin ends up cheating to win, or someone else interferes. I think that'd be better if someone else interferes on SmackDown. Say, I guess Jinder Mahal is a big name now. I guess Jinder Mahal, for some reason, helps out Kevin Owens, and then Kevin ends up retaining the title. I don't know. Somebody interferes and helps Kevin retain the title. And then you have to end up facing that person. Let's just say, for the sake of me already saying Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal, you face him at Elimination Chamber 1-on-1. And then Kevin Owens ends up defending his title successfully against whoever at Elimination Chamber. And then you end up rematching Owens at WrestleMania. And you'd have just this crazy, fucking, absolute bonkers match with him at Mania. It'd be like a specialty tag match. It would have to be with Owens and Zayn. It would have to be some sort of specialty tag match. I really hope they bring back 3 Stages of Hell. That would be awesome, because that would make a lot of sense for a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn rivalry right there. 3 Stages of Hell match between those two would be amazing. After that, I would say Neville should get his own road to WrestleMania. King of the Cruiserweights, I'm really liking Neville right now. He's one of my more favorite talents on Raw. I love what they're doing with him. He's just not losing that Cruiserweight title. That's exactly what I said when he came to the Cruiserweight division. I said I want him to gain that title and not lose it for a long time. And I believe, has it been the entire 2017 he's been champion? Ever since he won it, he just hasn't lost it. But I think it's been this entire year so far of 2017 that he's been champion. I can't remember exactly when he won the title. But he's been dominant. Every time he looks like he's about to lose, he's a heel, so he'll cheat to win. Or he'll just end up just winning somehow. And I think it'd just be really cool to just, have a little 205 Live stuff in there. Have him in the Cruiserweight division. And then make it something beyond that. Like, after Fastlane, make it something bigger where Kurt Angle, or if they just want to bring the Authority in again, which, who knows what 2K will do. Whatever they decide to do, like someone that's in charge of Raw, whether they decide to make it Kurt Angle or not, whether it's too late for that or they'll have Mick Foley in there, I don't know. But they'll announce that, the Cruiserweight champion Neville has no more competition left. He's just cleared out the Cruiserweight division. and he will end up not defending, but he'll end up facing the world champion at WrestleMania or something like that. You know, whoever the world champion of Raw is at WrestleMania. So it's going to be like, we're going to see if the cruiserweight is more than just a cruiserweight, basically. And you'll go on to WrestleMania and, you know, you'll face whoever the world champion is at that time. So I think that'd be really cool. Just, you know, kind of just showing that the cruiserweights are more than just cruiserweights. They're also, you know, great wrestlers outside of cruiserweights. They can hang with heavyweights and light heavyweights and super heavyweights and stuff too. They're not just exclusive to wrestling other cruiserweights, you know. So I think that'd be really, really good. Now, of course, I think they would have to have a story for AJ Styles. AJ Styles is one of the biggest draws, if not the biggest draws, to the WWE right now. Everyone pops for AJ Styles when he comes out. He's absolutely amazing. If you don't like AJ Styles as a wrestler, then I don't understand how you like wrestling. He's the best there is right now. Everyone has their opinion, but you can't deny that he is one of the best wrestlers ever and in the world right now. He's just absolutely amazing at what he does. And I think you can do anything with a story with AJ Styles, as to however ridiculous you want to make it or whatever. I think it should be a real big like face or heel factor, whereas, you know, AJ Styles is basically the face of SmackDown at the moment. Him and Shinsuke are like the faces of SmackDown. I think it should be a big thing where during AJ Styles' story, there's a big brand war going on, where Raw and SmackDown are really at each other's throats. You have a chance to either defend SmackDown or betray SmackDown. I think that would be really awesome, where it's another thing like the CW story where you get to choose Raw or SmackDown. But this time, it really, really matters, because you're choosing to either betray the brand that you're on or to defend it. Again, I've always been a fan of the brand warfare of the SmackDown versus Raw theme, and that would kind of like give everybody some good nostalgia there, back to the SmackDown versus Raw days. And then last but not least, the tag team story, or the multiplayer story, because they did one where it was John Cena and Triple H, where it wasn't a tag team story, it was just two players were able to play that story, which I thought was a really, really cool way to do it as well. I thought of that scenario as well. So I actually have 8 ideas, not 7. My bad. The tag team story is Sheamus and Cesaro. I think that, you know, one of your friends playing as a heel, one of them playing as a face. You know, one of you is Cesaro, one of you is Sheamus, and you got to coexist. And I think it'd be cool if you could enter WrestleMania 2 different ways, where one of the 4 weeks, I'd say one of the first 2 weeks though, after, since the roster starts, it'd be after Fastlane. So the night after Fastlane, or 8 days after Fastlane, there should be a thing where Sheamus gets the chance to either do nothing or to attack Cesaro. So if Sheamus attacks Cesaro, they'll just face each other at WrestleMania in a big grudge match, and then you have to face your friend in a match at WrestleMania, like you did with Batista and Rey Mysterio, kind of. Or you, as Sheamus, when you do nothing, you can simply go after the tag titles at WrestleMania with your partner Cesaro then. Against the Club. I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to mind. Against the Club. I don't know if the Hardys will be involved in the story modes that they will have as a part of 2K17. They might be. They're going to be in the game in some sort of way, whether it's DLC or not. They will be in the game. That's for sure. Like, I 100% guarantee it. they will be in the game in some sort of way, whether it's DLC or not. Whether they'll be in like storylines and stuff in the story modes, I can't guarantee that. Now, again, you know, Sheamus can keep the team together, and they can go to WrestleMania to fight for the tag titles, where, you know, you're required to win some matches. Some matches you are, you know, most matches you are required to win them or do something in them to make you lose, or, you know, I don't know. Like, you have to win, you have to finish a match a certain way sometimes. So, you know, in that case, it'd probably be you have to win the titles at WrestleMania. So you'd win the titles at Mania, or you can face each other at Mania where it wouldn't matter who wins between Cesaro and Sheamus. Whether at the end you guys end up shaking hands or not, I don't know. Just, I don't know about that. But, you know, it's kind of cool, though. Like, you're teaming up with your friend right next to you. You're teaming up with your friend this entire time, and then one of you has the power to either keep that going or to completely change that. And if that's a thing, oh my God, I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. I can tell you that much right now. I will have a lot of fun with that. Now, the last one I want to talk about is the multiplayer one, where it's not a tag team storyline. And that would be with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And I know a lot of people would be booing in the comments right now that I even mentioned Roman Reigns. And I hate Roman Reigns right now. Like, I honestly don't hate Roman Reigns himself. I just hate how WWE is using Roman Reigns. It's all because Vince has a big heart on for him. And it's just, he's being shoved down our throats. That's mainly what it is. He's just being shoved down our throats, and I'm not appreciative of that. So I'm just hoping that, you know, if we get a story like that, I'm hoping it'll go something along the lines of, you're both in the Royal Rumble match. You both end up getting to the Royal Rumble match. You don't interact with each other in the first month. Maybe like have like a few backstage moments or something like that, but never like involved in a match with each other in any sort of way, even as a tag team. Then going to the Royal Rumble. I would say one of you wins. I would say one of you wins the Royal Rumble. And, you know, depending on who it is, the story could change. Whether Roman wins or Dean wins. And then at Fastlane, the other one of you gets a title shot. So the other one of you gets a title shot at Fastlane. Somehow, some way, you end up winning a fatal four-way double authorities match. I don't know. So let's say Dean Ambrose won the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns goes to Fastlane, beats Braun Strowman for the world title. For some reason, Braun Strowman won the title at Royal Rumble. I don't know. He beats Braun Strowman for the world title at, you know, the Universal title at Fastlane. And then it ends up being Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. And again, it's just kind of like you're facing your friend again at WrestleMania. So that's what the main thing is. And honestly, I think 2K will end up making a Roman Reigns story one way or another. And honestly, I think that's much better than just giving Roman a single storyline. Is giving him a two-player storyline. I think that's the best way to do it, in my personal opinion. So yeah, I think that's the 8 ideas that I have right there. I think there should only be 7. There should be 7 stories, but I think they should either use like the multiplayer one like they did in 2010. SmackDown was 2010, where it was John Cena and Triple H. They weren't a team, but you could play as both of them. Between you and a friend, which was really cool. And every once in a while they'd meet and team up and they face each other and shit. Or you can do the tag team one again with it being optional whether you go into WrestleMania as a tag team or not. I think that'd be awesome. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. That's the end of this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Also comment. Let me know what you think about all this. Let me know if you have anything to add on to any of these stories. I'm open to any ideas. This is all hypothetical. Most of these are probably not going to happen. Well, I mean, Styles, Rollins, a CAW one, the Charlotte one, I think those are all very, very possible ones. Not the way I described them, but still, I think those are like ones that we'll see. If there is a Road to WrestleMania. There's obviously nothing confirmed like that yet. But yeah, anything you guys want to add on? You know, even if Road to WrestleMania ends up being confirmed, not in the game, you know, just for fun, maybe even just spitballing ideas and stuff. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.